The best secret I might have for you is for the past 2 years, I have come to NORAD headquarters to help track Santa. And this year, we're doing it again. In this video, I'm going to let you guys in on the secrets that NORAD knows about Santa that you may not know. Secret number 1, Santa's climbing speed is 1T, which stands for twinkle of an eye. And his max speed is faster than starlight. Number 2, Santa's sleigh is 150 lollipops long, 80 lollipops wide, and 110 lollipops tall. It's pretty big if you ask me. Secret number 3, Santa has never hit anything over his centuries of flying. From what NORAD knows, he seems to be a pretty good pilot. Let's take some calls. We should make it to Florida. NORAD Tracks Santa, this is Emily. How can I help you? I'm a NORAD Santa tracker, so I can tell you where Santa is and approximately when he'll be at your house. When is Santa going to be in Illinois? Well, Santa just left Mali, headed towards Togo, headed for Ghana right now in Africa, headed towards Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, Western Sahara, Portugal, England, Wales, Scotland, Dublin, Ireland, the Faroe Islands, Iceland, the Azores. He's flying above the ocean right now. He's going to get to Brazil in about 6 minutes. Santa was last seen in Cape Verde, South Georgia, and the South Sandwich Islands. Yeah, so we've been tracking Santa all day long, and he is headed for Antarctica. He's flying over the ocean right now, and he's on his way to Antarctica. In the Falkland Islands, and he's headed for Chile. Morocco, so he's got a lot of other countries to hit before he gets there, but as long as, you know, everyone's asleep, he should be there pretty soon. Secret number 4. How old is Santa? Well, it's kind of hard to know for sure, but NORAD intelligence indicates that Santa is at least 16 centuries old. Secret number 5 is, I guess, not much of a secret, but we don't really know how Santa gets down chimneys. We have a lot of theories and hypotheses, but we don't actually have any scientific data to explain the magical phenomenon. Secret number 6 is his first flight was approximately December 24th, 343 AD. This is obviously an approximation, so we can't be for sure, but that's our best guess. So in the past 30 minutes, I have taken about 30 phone calls. And last year, we got over 154,000 phone calls. So I got to take a couple more to do my part. Where are you guys calling from? From New York? From Michigan, West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Texas, Georgia, Virginia, Indiana, Florida. I asked if it was cold in Florida because there's a cold front going on right now. And they said it is, but not as cold as the North Pole. And that is for sure. It is freezing up there. I've never been myself, but that's what I hear. From New Jersey, California. Oh, you're from Massachusetts? Canada, Illinois, New Hampshire, Maryland, Ontario, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Nova Scotia, DC, Missouri, Indiana, Georgia, Vermont, Nebraska, Tennessee, Toronto, Arizona, Kentucky. Well, he usually gets there between 9 p.m. and midnight as long as everyone's asleep. So what time is it there now?
Gonna be ready for him?
7:40. So if you're in bed by 8:40, then he should be there in about an hour and a half. And if you go to bed a little later, then he should be there within the next 4 hours or so. Secret number 7. Santa typically starts at the international date line in the Pacific Ocean and then travels west. So he'll hit South Pacific and New Zealand first, and then he'll move up and down the Eastern Hemisphere, and then the Western Hemisphere. He goes from Australia to Japan, over to the rest of Asia, across to Africa, then to Western Europe, Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Central and South America. So he hits all of the countries, he hits all of the continents, but he tends to travel west. Secret number 8. What does Santa look like? So based on a flight profile gathered from 60 years of NORAD Tracks Santa. NORAD concludes that Santa is about 5'7" and weighs approximately 260 pounds before cookies. So he's probably a little heavier after Christmas Eve. We also know he's a pretty generous belly, rosy cheeks from the sleigh ride and the wind and cold weather, and of course a flowing white beard. And the ninth secret is that when Santa takes off from the North Pole on Christmas Eve, the presents weigh 60,000 tons. That's a lot of presents. And as of right now, he has delivered 4.297 billion presents. All right, Merry Christmas.
Hi, this is NORAD Tracks Santa operations.
The little kid on the phone said, "We don't sound like elves," and that is because we are not elves. I am not an elf. I wish I was an elf. I am a Santa tracker, and I help track Santa's journey across the world on Christmas Eve. Any more questions for me?
There between 9 p.m. and midnight.
All right, what is it? The reindeer's favorite food? I'm not 100% certain, but if I had to guess what the reindeer's favorite food would be, I'd say either carrots, or maybe broccoli, maybe celery, some kind of vegetable. Yeah, what's your question? To where? England? Yes, he actually just went through England about maybe 10 to 20 minutes ago. So do you know anyone in England? Well, I hope they were asleep. They are? Well, that's good. Santa probably stopped by their house then. I don't know. I don't have that intel. Only Santa and his team knows that. I'm not with Santa right now. He's on his sleigh delivering presents. Yeah, Rudolph's got in his sleigh tonight. From my intel, as long as all the kids are good and in bed, he should be coming tonight, sometime between 9 p.m. and midnight. Not the parent throwing their kid under the bus. That's not cool on Christmas. We are located at NORAD Tracks Santa headquarters, which is in Colorado Springs, Colorado. What'd you get for the reindeer? Carrots? Oh, they're going to be super excited about that, and I'm sure Santa's so excited for your cookies. What kind of cookies did you get? Chocolate cookies? Oh, I think he's going to like those. You're going to eat some vegetables? Yeah, just like the reindeer. The reindeer eat vegetables. Is it cold there? Yeah, well, don't worry. Santa's from the North Pole. He's used to the cold. Do you have snow? No? Well, that makes it a little bit easier for Santa to get your house. The pure excitement in people's voices when they get the answers that they're looking for about Santa makes the doing this job like one of the best parts of my year. NORAD Tracks Santa, this is Emily. How can I help you? The best secret I might have for you is how Santa travels the entire world in 24 hours. This is what NORAD Intelligence reports. Santa does not experience time the way we do. His trip seems to take 24 hours to us, but to him it may last days, weeks, or even months. Santa wouldn't want to rush the important job of delivering presents to kids around the world and spreading joy to everyone, so the only logical conclusion is that Santa somehow functions within his own time-space continuum. And if that's not the biggest secret about Santa that you may not have known, I don't know what it is. That's a wrap on year 3. This might be the final video, so I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any final questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you want to know how NORAD tracks Santa, pop back to my first video where we covered the basics of how NORAD uses radar, satellites, and jet fighters to do so. And then if you want to know my process for answering these phone calls, pop back to the second video where I go over all of the basics of how to be a NORAD Santa tracker. Thanks for watching, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.